Hey book club, welcome back to day 6 of El Espíritu de Xolotl book club. If you have stumbled across this video on accident and you have no idea what Espíritu de Xolotl book club is, just click on my channel link and find the intro to book club video, and that will get you to the right place. So I am going to finish recording my videos today from home, so no more scene changes. Now that I'm out of school, I have more time to get stuff done. So I was on page 5 or day 5 of the plans. I'm just going to skip down to day 6. The aperitivo is going to review chapter 1 of the book. And then we're going to do a Lake Xochimilco slideshow. So in this, they are going to learn some background of information on the setting of the book. And in day 5, I did not actually click out and then go into the slideshow. But for this one, I am going to pop over here. You'll see all my open tabs. So we are doing day 6, Lake Xochimilco. And for this one, they are just walking through some basics of Lake Xochimilco. Uh, Super easy, lots of stuff easy to read. So it would be great for level 1, but also level 2. Level 3, you can make this beefier. All you have to do, remember, you need to copy. These slides are protected because they are our master slides for everybody. And we want this, the book is a lower level read, so we want it to be accessible to them. But we made them in Google Slides, so they are fully editable if you make a copy of the slideshow to your own drive. So as soon as you copy the slideshow to your own drive, you could totally edit what this says to beef it up for your upper level students. So that is the slideshow you're going to be working with. And then back to the plan documents. Then we're going to read chapter 2. So you've given some Xochimilco information. You can talk to them about the pictures, like ask them to observe what they see. You can make that slideshow take as long or as short as you want. I'm going to use it not so much as a picture talk. I'm just going to use it to set some information. And then we're going to do capítulo 2, La leyenda de Xolotl, with our students. Now, this is a chapter that if you were teaching this book in a level 1, you may have to do a little hand holding through parts of the chapter, because in this chapter, Don Gil is going to share the story of Xolotl with Xoli. But to do that, you can't keep a book all in present tense. Like, it's not natural for language to be grouped into level 1 is just Spanish, or just present tense, and level 2 is just past tense, and level 3 is all the other tenses. You have to use it naturally. And so we needed to tell the story, and you can't tell the legend of Xolotl without using the past tense. So it is in the past tense. What I would say is, don't forget, if your students are not super comfortable yet with the past tenses, don't forget it's just structure for them. Like, it is another piece of vocabulary that you're going to look at with them. So things like era and iba, they don't look like, because they're irregular verbs. My goodness, my voice is going out. Because they're irregular verbs, they don't look like their present tense counterparts. Things like tiene and tenía, they look alike. So that's an easy way to have students see the past tense and say, okay, this is past. What verb does it look like in the present tense? So you can help them reason it out, and they'll start to look more. The nice thing about it is, if we don't make it such a grammar lesson, they start to look more at the stem than at the ending. And when they can identify stems, they're able to read a lot better, because then if they see a future stem, even if they kind of get the ending wrong, like they say he would go instead of he will go, they're still able to read. It's not a blocker. If they're focused only on endings, which is what we do sometimes when we focus our whole instruction on the endings, they're looking at endings and maybe not understanding what they mean, and it stops them from comprehension. So don't be afraid to read a chapter through with the past tense, even if your students haven't been exposed yet, because you can just present it as some vocabulary. Again, you can use gesturing. If you need to use extra comprehension checks, go line by line. Go instead of paragraph by paragraph. If you have kids that are confident and comfortable reading it test them out first. Go line by line, a few lines, and if they seem to be understanding, then you can go, several lines in a row. But again, their role, respond with gestures when you come to a vocab word, but also they can respond with gestures to your questions, thumbs up, thumbs down, pointing. It lets everybody respond, not just the ones that are comfortable speaking in class. It gets them used to that input rich with support. And then we're going to end the day as our follow-up. We're going to play hula hoop gato game. This was created by Nellie Hughes, who proofs everything at Somewhere to Share, writes her own readers, has her own resources in her Buy Me a Coffee store. She's on Instagram at Comprendes Mendes MX. She's a really great lady. You should be out there following her. So first you want to set up your space. You need 9 hula hoops to play. So you're going to put the 9 hula hoops on the floor in a 3x3 grid, like a tic-tac-toe board. Divide the class into 2 teams. You're going to have an X team and an O team. So these are big teams. There's like 12 students, 15 students on each team. Each team has 9 solo cups. So the teams are going to have 2 different colors of solo cups. So you might have a blue team and a red team. Or if you play any of the other cup games that I love to play in class, you already have these. If you don't have solo cups yet, on Amazon and at Walmart, and I'm sure at Sam's, they sell a large pack of solo cups that has 4 different colors. Best thing ever, because you can play so many games, follow-up games with solo cups. So give them 2 different colors, 9 cups each. They're going to use those as their X's and O's and the hula hoops. Each time they're going to rotate who will be the active player. They'll choose a hoop when it's their turn. So the team receives a question. All of the team members are participating. So I like to have I use only chairs, but even with desks, I think this works. I like to split my teams into the 2 halves of the room, and I set the hula hoops up in like an aisle in the center of the room. So to my left, I'm going to have team red, and to my right, I'm going to have team blue. They all have a whiteboard, and they're all going to write their answer down on the whiteboard. But I have to make sure that the active player is the one that shows their answer. Everybody has to write it, but only the active player has to show it. Now, here's how you keep them honest and keep them doing that. The reason that Nellie included that is because, if only one person can play, or if you have 15 people on a team, they're totally checked out. You just need 60 to 70% of them to also have the correct answer. So as you look at their boards, if you've got a team of 10, 6 to 7 of them need to have, the correct answer on their board. And then you continue to play. So if they get it all correct and they have 60 to 70%, their active player can pick which square to put the cup in. They pick it. Yeah, it's 9 questions. So they pick the cup they pick the square to get the question, and that's the square that they'll put their cup in. They play until one team gets a tic-tac-toe, gato, or until there are no moves left. So if both conditions are met, a player places the cup in the hoop of their choice. Oh, I thought that you had to. Oh, there's 10 questions. Okay. I thought that I misread the instructions. Sorry. I'm sure that has never happened to you. They don't pick their hoop until after they've answered. So you just give them the questions in order, and they pick their hoop after they get the answer right. So much better, because then they can, they don't have to depend on somebody to pick the right question number. So if both conditions are met, if they have the 60 to 70%, and if they got the correct answer on their active player's board, then they would place their cup anywhere they want to. You could also add a lightning round. After every 2 plays, ask a question for everyone in the class. The first student to raise their hand and answer correctly gets an extra move for their team. Or they can take 1 move away from the opposing team, and that keeps everybody kind of alert and energized. So when we're doing games, we're always just looking for a way to make sure people don't drift off into the void. You can do power squares, like the corner hoops could be power squares. To place a cup there, they have to answer a correct question. They have to answer a harder question. They have to answer 2 questions in a row. Like, you could add your own. With only 10 questions, you're going to need those for the hoops. But if you want to do power squares, you can add your own kind of what's the hoop they have to jump through. They have to tell you that answer and then give another detail about it. It adds strategy to the game and it also keeps it from being just random look. So here's the link to this page of hula hoop gato questions. Here they are here. Also, you could do it just as a worksheet. The hula hoop gato questions can totally be just a worksheet. If you don't have space or you don't like moving your desks around, you could do it as a worksheet. Or we also gave them the opportunity to to go into a GIM kit. So you have three options today for how you would like to follow up. So take it to the end of class and decide how you feel. We hope it's a great day. Sorry, I got all the instructions all botched up, but remember, you don't have to pick your hoop before you answer. You answer the question and then you pick your hoop. And now, it's not always perfect around room 305. Oh,